Hey y'all. Wait, hey y'all, hey, like I do on my podcast. Welcome to In the Room podcast where we discuss all things marriage, y'all. We are your hosts, Naisha and Gregory. Say. And before we dive in, y'all know we have a few house rules that we go over every Thursday. So y'all should know them by now. So number one is be respectful of one's opinion. Two, have fun. Three, make sure you share our podcast all through your social medias, all of them. We do mean all of them. And before we dive into what we're going to talk about tonight, so I know a lot of y'all may be watching the championship game tonight because that's what we were doing prior to coming on. So if you're watching the game and watching us, please feel free to put in the chat what the score is. Okay. Now that I got that out the way, thank you all for joining. Hey sis, thank you for joining tonight. As always, we appreciate you all for joining in and spending an hour and some change with us every Thursday night. We really do appreciate it from the bottom of our hearts. Tonight we will be talking about finances within marriage. Hey mama, we will be talking about finances within marriage. A lot of couples don't really talk about that or don't really like to talk about that before marriage, and then they struggle with that particular topic while after they get married. So we're just gonna talk about that a little bit tonight. Hey Latrice, thank y'all for joining. So I'm gonna let Mr. Ray start first.
Greetings from on this side of the computer screen or whatever y'all may be looking off of y'all iPhones, Samsung Galaxy, whatever. Um, what couples need to know about finances or money before marriage? Basically, when we was talking about this, hey mama, basically
Oh
when we were
y'all, hold
talking
on,
about
I gotta
this,
turn the fan back on.
it was a lot of stuff that we sat down and decided to dive into that a lot of people don't talk about before they're married, and that is money situations. So basically, I feel like before you get married, you should have that uh, open dialogue about finances, like being open and honest about where you stand with yourself financially, for as him and hers, like if you saving, uh, how much you saving, if you have any credit problems, coming together to come up with a plan, like, for a big wedding or buying a house or, just other financial things that you might have. A lot of times, we don't like talk about money because we always say what's mine is mine and what's yours is mine, you know, the woman side of things. But it's a big difference, you know what I mean? Uh who likes to save, who got big spending habits, uh, you know, we come to the conclusion that we need to talk finances. So we just came tonight just to share with y'all some of the things we came up with because we dumbing down on some bills, and maybe the things that we're going to discuss tonight can help you guys. So
So with that, again, the topic is really financial stability, finances within the marriage, and the subtopics will be money conversation before marriage, like he just said, credit, like he just said, bank accounts, like he just said, and then the main thing that we're going to shed light on is life insurance. One of the main things don't like to talk about. Okay, so we're gonna start with um, what was the first one?
money
Money
conversation
conversation before
before
marriage.
marriage.
So I have a question, and y'all can maybe put in the chat what type of emoji you want to use. Use a ring emoji for marriage. How many of you all had the conversation about money before you got married during your what is it called? Your premarital counseling. During premarital counseling. How many of you all actually talked about finances? Use the ring emoji. And while you all are putting your answer in the chat, Ray and I did not talk about that. Why we did not talk about that? Because of the way what I'm looking for. The situation in which situation is not the word I want to use, but the circumstance in which we got married, um, is really no need to talk about that because he was gone. And at that time I was handling everything financially. So there wasn't we didn't have that moment to talk about that. Um so we really kind of been doing it on talking about it on our own, giving what I feel about it, what he feel about it. That's pretty much what we've been doing. So we have not had the chance to actually sit down with someone and talk about financial stability. Okay. So Latrice, since you was the first one that answered with the ring emoji, what I said, and y'all coming on in with them. So, what was one thing you can type it in the chat? What was one thing you learned? What one thing you already knew? One thing you learned, and something you're compromising on. One thing you already knew, one thing you learned, and one thing you're compromising on. Chantel, the same thing for you because I see your ring as well.
uh, one thing I learned is it ain't all about me no more. I got a family, you know. Uh, if I get, they get, you know. At one time, it's just about me. I'm just going my money is for me, and it don't belong to nobody else. But coming into the situation of being married, a wife and kids, you know, I had to find that balance, which I have found. Uh, I'm learning day by day uh, when I can spend money, how I spend money, and what I choose to spend money on. Uh, I know I have some bad habits financially, but as of lately, I've been doing good. Uh, I'm not a big saver. Uh, Never have been, even in my past. So now I'm learning to save. I have to make some important choices, moving along forward. It's a learning experience for me. Uh, Sharing uh, bills, household chores. So that was something that I was open to, learning something new with.
Okay. So for me, what I said, something you learn. So even though again we never talked about finances in premarital counseling. So one thing I learned is I have to communicate with him regarding finances. I do not like talking about money at all. So one thing I'm learning is that I have to communicate with him concerning money. I have to. That's the only way it's going to work. That's one thing that's going to keep me stress free is talking to him about it. Um, one thing I already knew, one thing I already knew with finances, that two is better than one. Mine plus his is fine. Two is better than two incomes, two money exchanges is better than one. Hey mama. And the third one, what I said, sacrifice. What was the third one?
Yeah, know something you learn. Uh,
Something you learn, something you Lord Jesus, bring it to me. Something I learned, something I already knew, and something, what was the third one? So while it come back to my mind, I'm gonna read. Um So Latrice, well, sis said, I'm still learning how to come to my husband of 5 years when I need money. I had to learn it too a little bit. Because he know I don't like asking him either. Then Latrice said, I already knew that we had to have a joint account. But this was something I knew when I was married in my life. Then sis said, it's hard for me to go to him. Not that he won't give it, it's just hard for me. That's understandable.
right.
That's understandable. So I still can't remember the third one that I said I want y'all to answer. But so let's go straight. Let's talk about bank accounts because I see Latrice said I knew that we had to have a joint account. So Latrice, I want you, if you don't mind, put in the chat, why do you feel y'all had to have a joint account? Because my stance on bank accounts is said I don't have a husband, but I'm still not there. I'm asking for money. Okay, what are you compromising? There was a third one. So the
Oh,
compromise, thank you. So the
she said
compromise,
nerp.
the compromise for me is I don't know. I don't really have a compromise yet. Well, compromise when it comes to spending, not spending as much now that I have remarried. Because the first time I was just spending. But go back to bank accounts. So bank accounts, my opinion is we don't have to have a bank account together. Now, what Ray and I have decided was we have a joint bills account to where we have money going into the bills account. And then once we got all the bills covered in that one account, whatever's left in mine is mine. Whatever left in his is his. But so that's how we do. I don't feel you have to have um I don't feel that's something you have to have. What do you think about that?
I don't feel you have to have joint bank accounts neither, but like you said, we did come to agreement that we'll have a bank account. His is y'all, sis. Right. It's just something that we trying, you know what I mean? As growing as a young married couple, it's a lot that I don't know that she know. I always say I don't trust banks. So me, I'm quick to go pull my cash out and just give it to her or just have it on me or whatever. And it is something that something that we, that I'm learning. You know what I mean? I don't have no. I do get mad when she spend my money. I ain't gonna lie, I get mad, but I guess that's being married. So,
So why do you get mad?
because I know you got money, like she said. She said
Listen,
she's
in their
read the comment
relationship,
right there.
in
No,
their
that one.
relationship, she said their money is, I mean, his money is their money, but over here,
Man.
so we're gonna, hold on, I have to show this because I can't see it all. She said, Dave Ramsey is always telling listeners to have a joint account with your husband, wife, because then y'all are on the same y'all have the same financial mentality. And if you don't trust each other with money, then there's a deeper issue. I understand that, but I don't necessarily think if you don't have, so basically with that, what he said was, what she said, he said is, if we're not able to have a joint account, then we don't, what was the end of, then we have a deeper issue. um I think we can have two separate accounts and
We
have a great
still
understanding.
right. That's Dave Ramsey though. He's the money guru. I had one of his books. He always say that though. I don't feel like it's a deeper issue because we don't have a joint bank account. I know some people that's having issues that got joint bank accounts because she's spending all his, and every time you turn around is
Exactly.
because women like to spend. Now over here, I like to spend too, but like I said, that's my compromise. If I know I can't do what I want to do, then I'm gonna compromise and say, home come first, my pleasure comes second. You know what I mean? Because I know I'm a big spender. So my wife not a big spender. That's one of the great things I love about her. She's not a big spender. We gonna make sure that our bills paid first, and we could party on the back end. For as me, I want to party on the front end and the bills on the back end. So I had to turn that around and flip my mentality on things.
Literally said, honey, that joint account didn't work, so we had to figure out something else for real. Right. So you do have a lot of couples who thrive with their money together. But
Right.
then you have a lot who excel with their
Their money
money separate.
separate, right.
And I feel like finances is one of the top reasons people or married couples get into it. And I feel like everybody should do what works for them. If you want your money together because y'all are one, by all means, go right ahead. But over here in this household, it works better for us just have them bills. Long as them bills taken care of, spend what you want to spend what I want to spend. And no, we do not share. Like he said, we don't have a bank account together.
So what about if you spending all mine and you got yours?
So I can spend his and still have mine because he know I got you.
You got me?
He know I got you.
Bet,
so either way,
bet.
we've been knocking it down. So what I'm saying, I spent all his and I still have something. I got a little piece saved just for him.
A little piece. You heard that? Some gas money. You know what I'm saying? Look, see, that's why I'm not messing with none of my wife married friends no more. I don't want to talk to y'all. Don't be talking about this and brother that.
Miranda said, I'm a saver too. You know, I'm going to be doing some checking and balancing. Now, I will say, back in the gap, I used to struggle with money. Back then and now, I don't like talking about money, but back then it was worse. It was the ultimate worst thing ever because back then my attitude really was this my money, forget them bills, you handle them bills. But now my mindset, since having to do it for almost 3 years by myself, my understanding about money now is 100% better than it has been before. When you got to pay them bills by yourself, that's when you get your act together and realize, hey,
right,
let me think a little clearer, a little better about these finances before. Yeah, so I've come a very long way. I've never really been a big spender as far as like shopping. I love to eat, so all my money kind of went towards food, but and that's not a good thing. But I know how to save real good. That saving never really been an issue for me. It's just I don't like to be questioned about what I'm making. My attitude used to be, I'm putting in the work for this money. So why are you asking me anything about it? That was my attitude before. That's not my attitude no more.
So do you believe that my debt is your debt and your debt is my debt?
No, I don't believe that either. And I don't. And the one thing I don't like if when your spouse pass away, all they debt does become yours, and I don't like that because I feel like if I didn't create this debt, especially if you had that debt before we got married, why should that be something that's mine now?
Because we are one.
But I didn't create that debt. You had that debt 10 years before you met me.
Okay,
Not
so,
you. I'm saying as an example. So
right.
why a debt you had 10 years before you met me, why is it all of a sudden mine? Even though we became one, your debt shouldn't be included in it.
So what if I pick up a debt and I'm with you? Do you feel like that's your
then
debt
that's
too?
the same because you accumulated that debt while married. And that's something again that we should have been, not us, we just using we as a word. That should have been discussed and we could have came together and figured out how to clean that up instead of letting it linger on.
Right.
So I learned a lot when I was married once in my life, but I love the encouragement you guys give. Thank you.
Thank you.
We learning from y'all. What's your motto?
Help us. Help y'all. Help somebody else. That's the Help Me Experience on I Choose You podcast.
Yes. She said, as long as our bills are paid, I don't care how much he has or how much I have. As long as when I do, as long as when we do something together, we both good, kids good, and then good. Exactly.
Likewise.
It's exactly how we
She said, did you accumulate that debt on your own, like without me knowing beforehand?
Hold on. We're gonna read it again. Did you accumulate that debt on your own, like without me knowing beforehand?
So a lot of times when I said that, a lot of times I want to make sure I word this right. Hey y'all, A lot of times a man will do what he got to do to provide for his family. So if I accumulate a debt and I come to you with the money that we getting paid, whatever we get paid, and you not knowing, and then you like, baby, where this come from? I'll be like, oh, I did what I had to do to get this bill paid or get this off of my back. Then, you know what I mean? Or sometimes we won't say nothing, just be like, man, something happened. And whatever. But this bill keep, you know what I mean? Like something coming in the mail, you're like, well, this thing keeps saying that, whatever. You know what I mean? So it's like, would you accept it? Like, all right, baby, we got this debt. I'm gonna help you figure out how to pay it off because you did make a sacrifice for the family. Or would you be like, no, nigga, that's your debt. You figure it out.
And it was accumulated within the marriage.
Yes.
So in that situation, because you did what you had, what you felt you needed to do to make sure we was good. Then of course I'm like, all right, baby. Of course I'm gonna say, well, you should have came to me so we can figure this out together. Well, then I'm still gonna make sure at the end of the day is your dad is my dad because you got it within our marriage. So we're gonna have to figure out how to clean it up.
She said, "I don't do it no more."
I would then help you get out of it that time, but if that don't do it no more, period. Don't do it no more.
I guess.
So y'all know we can be a little transparent with that. So the way Ray and I do, what we're gonna start doing now is concerning bills and stuff. We just gonna. It's easier to knock all them bills on at one time, and then even with that, just knocking all it down at one time, and then that way we have whatever we bringing in
on the back
end to do what we want to do. So even like with a debt that you accumulate on your own within the marriage. Trying to think about how I want to word this. Ain't no way wrong. We're just gonna have to work it out.
Right.
And figure it out, especially if you still owe on that debt.
So how do you go about, let's talk about savings. How do you go about like want to save for a big purchase, a vacation, or just to have some just because money? Because ain't nothing like having some just because money. It all ties of, you know what I mean? Because
with that, it comes sacrifice. With that is when it comes trying to save for something big, no matter how big it is, that means sacrifice is not going to coming into play at that point. Why? Because for me, I told y'all in the beginning, sis love to eat. So if I have to scale back on how much I spend going out to eat, if it was up to me, we'll eat out every day. But I was blessed twice to have a cook who loves to cook. So, and even though he loves to cook, every now and then I still want to go out and spend. So if I want to save, if we want to start saving for something big, for me, I would have to give up spending going out to eat all the time and taking that money that I spend every weekly or weekly or daily and just putting it into the savings.
For me, I guess with the savings, I would say go back to the compromise because I love tennis shoes and I haven't bought none in like since my birthday. That's February, March, April, May. We're in June in 4 months. So I have made the compromise of saving what I usually spend on shoes. So if that's, well, I ain't gonna say I buy a month, but you know. Yeah.
Miranda, I see you. We're gonna talk about that. So I'm gonna make sure I go back to that one. We're gonna talk about that.
Right. Yeah, that's the last subject. We're gonna talk about that. That's a little tricky.
That ties into the very last piece.
The last piece. Yeah.
So since we talked about that, we're now discussing lifestyle choices when it comes to finances. His lifestyle choice is shoes.
Well,
spending for shoes.
Bougie.
And he's the bougie one, and I'm the low key one. Now, when you look at us, you may think I'm the bougie one and he's the low key one, but no, no, no. He's the bougie one and I'm the low key one. Okay.
Well, see,
So,
I'm gonna say this when it comes to our lifestyle choice together. So with me, I'm black bougie, this white bougie, and let me explain.
if you
So
get it, you get it. If you know, you know.
if you
You
all right,
ain't
I'm
even
gonna leave it
gotta
like that. I ain't gotta
explain.
explain. I'm gonna leave it like that. Yeah, if you know, you know. I'm gonna leave it like that. So
And
they
it's
got
nothing wrong. Let me just say this since he took it there.
no,
No, I'm saying it's nothing wrong with being bougie, okay? A lot of need to learn how to be this type of bougie, okay?
what I mean by that is the different choices of
Right.
designer.
Exactly.
I got black bougie designer. She got white people bougie designer. But when it comes around to the lifestyles of the money, it's still the same. Say a lot of
And
sisters.
then another, right, a lot of need to learn how to be this kind of bougie. But and not only by designer, it's about mindset also because a lot of gotta say it, they you can't tell what they have by looking at them. That's me. Whereas you have us who want to go out and show out and stunt and them be the ones who faking anyway. So why we should not have gotten on that part. We should have.
No, it wasn't. It was just about the lifestyle. I was just trying to make a not a point or give a valid example of the different type of lifestyles we have. It's the same lifestyle. It is the
Exact
same.
same lifestyle.
It is the exact same lifestyle from shoes
To
to the
clothes, to
clothes
cars, to
to cars to
houses.
everything. We have the same lifestyle. It's just different. If you know, you know. Everybody know how black folks is. Everybody know how white folks is. My wife has that white side when it comes to her lifestyle, and I have that black style. But I'm learning to dumb it down. You know what I mean, and keep
Not
you by
dumb
my
it down, but
yeah, like just
turn it down a notch.
notch.
Yeah.
Because I like what I like, and there's nothing wrong with that. But I have to learn that I can't let my lifestyle interfere with my finances. So if I have it and it's extra and I know I save for it and I'm gonna get it, ain't putting it on Klarna or pay after
That part.
that part.
Now it's nothing wrong. We were not supposed to go that way, but it's
Right.
nothing wrong with Klarna at all.
Nope, we ain't going there. Let's read Miss
Right.
Mims. She go, hey man.
This said, girl, I call Jay a label all the time. Listen, I don't call him that all the time, but out of the both of us, he wears the crown when it comes to that. Another comment is I worked at Tiffany Co. And those millionaire ladies had knockoff purses or non-label purses, but would drop a $300,000 on jewelry that would increase in value. Smart.
Hey, them replicas
Smart.
be looking real. So if you know, you know. You know what I mean?
Oh, you know.
And I'm gonna leave
I
it
ain't
like
got no
that.
replicas. Let's say that.
We ain't got no replicas over here. We ain't got no replicas.
I'm joking, y'all. I really don't have no replicas, but I'm not knocking those who do. Do it sound like I'm knocking those who do? Well, I'm not, y'all. I'm not at all. Because if you have the knockoffs, but like she said, spending the bulk of your money on something that increases in value.
Yeah, because most of the time
be smart about it.
Most of the time our lifestyles will decrease in value. And meaning of that is, I was explaining to her the other day about how when we buy Gucci, it's old Gucci because we so late down south. Because when people from California say they're like, "Oh, you got on last year's summer clothes," I'm like, "Huh? We just got this," and they already had it.
Mm-hmm.
So people don't understand the cultures and when these trends come out, but because we want these different labels or lifestyles so bad that we are past tense when they already in the future. You know what I'm saying? So
I'm glad he said this. So the reason we talking like this, y'all, because this falls under the lifestyle
and money
when it comes to your finances. So I found something real quick. It says discuss your lifestyle choices, and this says Let's say you're perfectly content shopping at Goodwill when you need to update your wardrobe, but your spouse loves to buy name brand items at full price. If you have an income that doesn't support expensive tastes, that's going to be a problem. Now, that's not a problem for us, but that goes back to what I said and also what Miranda said. Wearing knockoffs, but taking that money and increasing that value in that or whatever. So I say if you got it, got it. You got it. If you got it, spend it.
If you don't got it, but then at the same time, some people spend it when they don't got it, and then be mad, be like, "Man, why I bought this?" And now they gotta go.
And that's why I say you. Of course, okay. Now I did just say if you got it, spend it. But if you don't have it, don't spend it trying to look like you have it. That makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, by any means, do what you got to do, but don't.
But you know, in this,
let it cause a problem in your marriage.
In this lifetime, when it comes to finances, a lot of people will bend their back over just to keep that lifestyle, knowing that the finance is not like that. So these are the tough conversations that we're talking about. Like if my wife was to tell me, baby, back up off of it. Like she didn't have to tell me to back up all the tennis shoes. I told her, I'm like, you know what? As I'm looking at it, I'm like, wow. I'm looking at my tennis shoe shelf. And I'm like, okay, Ray. You know what I mean? So you have to tell yourself, like, when is enough? Like,
yeah,
it could go towards something else, because I know we have bigger plans for what we want to do. So these are the hard conversations that a lot of couples won't have with their self or with their spouse, saying that. Because I went to her, she's like, baby, you don't have to do that. I'm like, no, because there's other things that could be done with that. But me being me who I am, I made that compromise and that sacrifice. Like, you know what? I can wait. You know what I mean? It's going to be there, because the shoes I want, they're going to be there. I always try to get stuff that nobody wears. And then I love colors. Right.
And then because you have an expensive taste, like this thing says, if one of y'all have a more expensive taste, then consider shopping at like outlet malls, so where you can get those same designs, real designs, but for a lower cost.
And that's what I've been doing. I was this crazy that I'm sharing this, because a guy at my job, he was like, man, your tennis shoe game is crazy. And I was like, bro, you could go on Nike.com and get these same tennis shoes on sale. She stay saying, I stay on that sale. Sale called Look Good. I don't care if y'all had them last year and I just got them. They look good on my feet, because they're going to be like, where you got them from? Sale.
Right. So Miranda said, let me enlighten y'all about the markup. I bought a $25,000 Tiffany & Co. watch for $155,000. See, as an employee, kudos. That's how much of a markup in luxury there is.
Right.
You got to know how to shop. You got to know how to spend.
And she has taught me that. If it's a me learning, that's why we talking about finances. She has taught me this, baby. Look first before you buy, because if I see it, bam, it's gone right in there. She's like, baby, you got like 3 boxes coming in. I'm like, you know what I mean? I don't feel bad. I'm like, because I always I ask with me, and my wife tell me don't do this, and we being transparent. A lot of husbands probably not gonna do this, but I always ask my wife, baby, can I buy these shoes up? Baby, can I get this shit? Like, baby,
stop asking me that.
Stop asking me that. The bills are paid. Get what you want. We got money on the back end.
But that's his way of compromising. So I've learned to stop telling him to stop asking me that. It was even a situation back then to where I had bought the late husband. I had bought him a whole outfit, Jordan outfit. You know, them Jordan outfits, it kind of pricey. This nigga took that stuff back and found something. And the moral of that was, you spending all this money on these 2 pieces of clothing, you could take that same money and buy a whole lot more over here. So that was a learning moment for me. So ever since that one moment, that's how I shop now. That's how I buy for the kids. I buy for him. I'm not gonna spend $200 something on one piece of item when I can take that same 200 and go somewhere else and get 10 items. So
I must, and with me,
And it still look the same.
And it still look the same. And with me, when it comes to the savings and the financial mess of it, because I don't have my same 19, 21, 22-year-old mentality when it comes to money, because I know how I'm making it now. Colors is what get me when it comes to shoes. I was discussing with Miranda's husband. Those are my good friends, y'all. My brothers, my family in love. That the most expensive thing on me is my tennis shoes. Now, when it comes to everything else, I'm in Burlington, I'm in TJ Maxx, I'm in Walmart, I'm in Target, I'm on Amazon, I'm on Shein. I didn't even find out that Fashion Nova got one for men. So I'm learning how to dumb down everything when it comes to myself, because I don't just go nowhere. And when I do, they say when we step, we step. We was told in the church that we was the best dressed couple. That's what we were told. But I'm feeling like we regular, you know what I mean? But it's just how we put it together, how we mesh it. Now, for the savings, I don't know. That's something that we working on. We really working on. That's one of the main things that we said. You know, I'll keep pushing the day back for various reasons that I haven't said, but we talking about saving, like literally saving. We done added up and we seen it. When you save this amount of money together in 12 months later, we like, whoa. So it's like when you see, you like, damn, and that's like a goose egg that you can need at that time for whatever it may be. It could be for your house, it could be for your wedding, it could be for your car, it could be for a vacation, it could be to get, you know what I mean, just to do anything with. So when I showed it to her, because she always say, shout out to Shein,
It's
you already know that's my spot. I don't know how y'all know they ought to make
Side
that
note, I don't
ball.
like Shein because Shein take too long to deliver.
No, they've been faster. They've been faster now. Everybody, they know I'm the Shein King. I don't care what you say. You tell your mama, your grandma, or your dog. I'm telling you, you better tell the Marcus, okay, that Shein King. But when we looked at the savings together, because we haven't been doing it, but we gonna start, so we can start sharing more with you guys. FEMA was the new one. I seen that one too, Ms. Latrice. I seen that. No, it's Temu, not FEMA. You got it wrong. It's Temu. You got it wrong. I'm on to them too, though. But somebody bought a TV from them, and that thing supposed to say Samsung. It said Sing On or something on there. So they were like, don't mess with them no more. I seen that. Yeah. But back to the savings part. Back to the savings part. I encourage everybody, if you get paid weekly, to try to save $50 to $100. And when the 12 months roll around, if you do it, keep up with it. How much it was? 9 G's? It was $9,000. $9,000 some change. But if it's two of y'all doing it, man, that's a goose egg. So this thing about what you spend and what you save, and that's what me and her were talking about, because you know we like to go out to eat a lot too. We didn't dumb that down. So let's talk about that. So we used to go out to eat a lot. We was known as the fluffy kids, and we have dumbed it down to once a month. We turned it down. I like to say dumb it down. We turned it down to once a month going out to eat as a whole with the family, and then me and baby, we might go out to eat together. So it's really 2 times a month, but it's less expensive with us than it's less expensive. It's less expensive with the kids. Don't put my homeboy on blast. Hold up. No.
She said he's fixing to be shopping at Walmart. Pause break for Walmart. Walmart is stepping their game up with these clothes now. So let's not knock Walmart.
No, I can't knock Walmart, because I told my brother for that too. I got a lot of Walmart clothes, but mainly what I get from them is they graphic tees, because they like $5 or whatever. You know what I mean? What she said?
He's fixing to be shopping at Walmart. He already tried to get me to go to the pawn shop. LOL, I'm telling y'all, those mutual funds can be pulled out with no penalties to buy a house, etc. I need to give y'all my financial expert's number, please. At Farmers Insurance, Dave Ramsey. We recommend it. Okay. He gonna text you. Yes, I feel like balling.
In Walmart. You balling in
That's
Walmart.
that is why he say I have that bouginess, because I will make the cheapest thing look expensive, and I'm comfortable with that. I am comfortable with that, and then I'm just not into spending all that on certain things. I will when it comes to shoes and purses. I will, but when clothes, I'm not spending all that on no clothes. I'm not. I'm not doing it.
So
You
we
lost your
talk
train of thought.
no, because I was just thinking about the Walmart situation. I ain't knocking Walmart. I shop in there too. So I got a nice little outfit I wore out of Walmart. My little hoodie and my little tee or
And
whatever.
stay getting compliments. It's not about what you wear, it's how you present yourself.
And it all leads back to your finances.
Thank you, Latrice.
Because when you need, what you say? Yes, you do make those outfits look amazing. Who you talking about, me or her?
Me.
Anyway, so we talked about conversation before marriage. Please be open with your spouse or your significant
Yes,
other.
be truthful.
Make sure that you know what you're getting yourself into. Look at the lifestyle. You could go from talking about it, just looking. You could look at a person and see what type of person they are, or pay attention to what they say. Because sometimes this don't add up with this. So you'll be hoodwinked and bamboozled. Pay attention. Then we talk about the joint bank accounts. We agreed that we don't need it because everything is still getting handled accordingly, and whatever's left on the back end, you good. Make sure you know your facts.
Yep.
Got my facts, little one. So before you get married, know your facts before you get married, especially with the person you're dealing with. And the last subject that we want to talk about.
Well, before we still got to talk about credit. Credit is gonna be real quick. So with credit, everybody know your credit got to be A1 to succeed, and I honestly don't know where that came from, but sorry, y'all. I told y'all in the beginning, if you're watching the championship, drop them the score in the chat, but he just looked at it. So yeah, with credit situation, it's easier. Things are much easier when both of you come in with good credit. Let's just lay that out on the table. Yeah. And that's only because it seems like everything is now asking for credit.
Right.
Everything. So the situation with us, because everybody know baby was gone when we got together. Well, when we got married, okay. And his credit. So I took the initiative to look up his credit and to help start building up his credit, because he wasn't here to do it. So while he was gone, that's what I did. I don't want to say it was necessarily a compromise, because it wasn't a compromise. It was just something I wanted to do to give him a better chance at to help him get a better chance of getting things on his own once he got home.
A boost.
Right. That's pretty much what it was when I decided to clean up his. And he really didn't even have nothing. It was just stuff that somebody else got in his name. We don't know who it was, but somebody did it because it happened while he was gone. But that was all cleaned up or whatever. But even while cleaning his up, I had the chance to clean mine up as well. Right. And it just worked out. We are still cleaning up what's left. But
right. We getting it together. Having credit is a lot. And I learned that because I was like, man, that don't mean nothing. But going back to this, you know what I mean? We wondering how they get the, they got good credit. And when you got that credit, that means these banks and these other people could trust you with their money. Like they say, it ain't our money, it's their money. So, you know what I mean? We trying to like, next month's gonna be a year for me. So a lot of stuff, this like trial and error for me when it comes to a lot of stuff. Bank accounts, credit, saving, when you're in the streets, you ain't thinking about none of that, man. You just spend. And when the rainy day ain't there, oh well, you just gonna get it how you live. But now as you get older and you working, you know what I mean, and slow money is for show money, as they say now, which is true. You know what I mean? You have to think smarter, not harder. Because when you start thinking harder, you start putting stress on the brain.
Yeah.
So credit is a big deal, man. If you get some stuff off of your credit report, get it disputed and get it fixed to where you got that nice credit score. I'm talking about a 700. 700 is good. People keep talking about that 6. That 6 ain't nothing. That 700 is good. And then you plan. So imagine if both of us got a 700, they're gonna be like, oh, they doing something. So a lot of people want to mess with us, but that ain't what we looking for. We just looking for to have. That's like what you need right now. You need a good credit score to get a cell phone right now.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like we just sharing every week on things that we learning as a married couple to help y'all. In my experience, man, Gigi crazy. She crazy.
Wait, so I'm going back through y'all. It says, Latrice, we got you. We got you on that. He said, yeah, so true. Learning that with dating, pray for a sister. We got you, sis.
Got you.
We got you. Then
what's up, little bit? I see you. You already know.
They call you that. I don't be want to call you that.
She gonna call you.
But I also don't want to call you government either. So
I'm gonna call you government. Jeremica Wanola Hampton. I'm gonna call your name.
I'm gonna kick his butt for you, sis. Okay, I got you. But Miranda said, I'm gonna need help with that. I have power of attorney. I want to build his credit and start him a business. I'll help you, sis. Don't worry about it. It really was easy on the code.
It really is. A lot of stuff that we want to pay people for to clean our credit up for, and we just get on that phone and call them ourselves.
I got him. Wait till this live in. I'm gonna get him for you. He called your phone, man.
That's my dog. That's my dog.
But yeah, it's not hard at all.
It's not hard to clean up your own credit. We want to pay somebody because they're sitting on the phone to people all day and dispute it. That's all they doing. We really don't. You don't have time. And then most of the time you get on the phone with them people and you got the proof that it wasn't you or something happened or whatever. I love y'all. It's really just good. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's just 1 year for me, really, like 1 year for me to just find out everything that I need to find out where I can share with y'all. We can share with y'all. She have experience. I'm inexperienced. But I can share with my friends and family that's on here that, you know, want to know, and we just be transparent and real about it. You know what I mean? Because it's like, credit is everything, man. I couldn't even get a cell phone without no credit. Luckily, my wife had one for me. All I had to do was get a SIM card. People tell me they want $1,200. I say, for a cell phone? You out of your mind. I'm going to just stay with Cricket. You know what I'm saying?
We do not have Cricket.
We don't have Cricket, but I'm just saying, though, you know, Samsung, Droid.
So, hold on. I'm going to read this right quick, and then I'm going to make a joke what he just said. Miranda said, I work with rich.
White po.
White people, baby.
I'm just gonna say white po.
She said, I'm learning the tricks. I'll keep y'all posted. Please keep us posted. But I do that too. You have to listen. I'm not taking advantage. That's not what we're saying. What we're saying is, and then a lot of them, they love feeding you that knowledge. So get up under somebody that's willing to
give you that knowledge,
feed you that knowledge too, so you can succeed too. Because a lot of us,
you have to be receptive of what they say.
Right, babe. I didn't mean to do that. But what I'm saying is a lot of us don't like giving that information. We try to keep the information for ourselves and then capitalize on it instead of trying to help other people not necessarily figure it out themselves, but giving them the game too, so they can level up as well. But they're gonna give it to you.
They've been giving it to me. They love me. Woo, they love me.
What she said, I miss Cricket in my $55 monthly bill. AT&T be doing them. We not even gonna get on AT&T because they almost got.
They tell the truth. We telling the truth over here because it's, you know what I mean. It's like
they almost got the business last week. AT&T.
The whole thing with the Help Me experience is we putting y'all in our business, but we also sharing with y'all also. it's like a lot of times people just give y'all what they want to give y'all and don't be transparent. You know what I mean? The helping experience is to help us help y'all help somebody else. So somebody probably be on here right now, never say not one word, not one comment, but might DM later on and say, man, thank y'all. They might hit me up and be like, damn, bro, that was a good one. I need to hear that or whatever. I ain't say nothing because people are shy to talk about certain things. You know what I mean? One thing about me, she always say, yo, mouth Gregor gonna get you in the world of trouble. And you know, I'm bold and blatant, you know, with my talk or whatever. But
right. So while he's talking about that, I did want to make a joke because he said something about. Did you say something about draw or something like that?
yeah.
So because my mom put Apple in here by Apple, so everybody in this household has an Apple device, right? But we also have them droids as a backup because let's be
Yes,
clear.
Lord.
While I love my Apple, Android, Samsung is better than our Apple. I don't care what nobody got to say. I love my Apple, but I'm always gonna keep me a droid as a backup. So, in saying that, all of us got Apple devices, but King decided he wanted to destroy his, and because he destroyed his, I got it fixed, so it's mine now. But I gave him,
Droid.
I gave King his old Samsung device. King cannot stand that phone. It won't connect to Wi-Fi. It connect to Wi-Fi, but it kick off, and then it's not thick. The case makes it thick, but King cannot stand that phone. This boy came downstairs and said, "Mama, I want my iPhone back because this powered by Droid." This boy said,
he said he thought that's what it said.
He said this powered by Droid is getting on my nerves. But I mean, that was the joke was how he said powered by Droid. I can't repeat exactly how he said it, but King. But what the end of the story ended with, I told y'all we got Androids for backup. So I gave him my Samsung that I was trying to give him, but for some reason it wasn't working with his something was going on. But I gave it to King and he liked it. And then this morning when we came back from Rock and Maya, King was like, Mama, I want to stay with Samsung. I want to keep this Android. I don't want to go back to iPhone no more.
He didn't figure it out. Voila.
So everybody has iPhone. He over there with the Samsung as a primary, not the backup.
Right.
So I want to talk about one more thing that I just saw before we get on the very last one. Now when it comes to finances in marriage, there is a wide range of topics to talk about regarding marriage finances within the marriage, but we only talking about a few of them. And before we talk about our very last one, there is one that I want to talk about because I just saw it. It says, "Don't let the kids run the show," and that's a good space, a good subtopic for us because my children are spoiled. From Khalid, Deja, Anaya, King, Leia, they are spoiled, and 98% of that is my fault. The rest of it is split between you and what David did and you. But the majority of that,
98%, you heard that. So
98% of that is me. And that's because my mind frame has
Yep, one law. Yep, one law. Your comment going to the top. I want everybody to see.
I agree.
Thank you. Yes, Lord. Thank you. Thank you.
So, and I can say that my children are spoiled, and that's because my mindset has always been, I want my children to have what I did not have. And lately that's been coming to bite me in the tail because now that I'm scaling back on a lot of things, my children are looking at me like, really, Mama, what you doing? Like Anaya. Because Anaya gonna hit you with this real quick. So it's like I'm teaching them. These are what I used to do now. What I used to do is now becoming teachable moments, especially for my children, especially for Deja, because the rest of them are getting with the program. I just told y'all an example of King no longer wants an iPhone, which is a hell of a more expensive than Samsung Android devices. But King now wants to keep the Android device. Deja is the only one who I'm having not struggling, but most of these teachable moments are for her. Like Mama said, they'll understand later, and they will. But the rest of them pretty much got it. Even Isaiah been his own word, but Deja, it's in her mindset. This what I'm used to, and this is what I want. So I'm breaking her slowly. Like I said, what they're used to is now becoming teachable moments. So with that, don't let kids run the show. Y'all, if y'all have as many kids as I have, even one child, don't let them run the show. Set the standards, stick to those standards. If you want to splurge, by all means splurge. But in the end, it's going to bite you. It's going to.
Because they don't know, they don't understand. A lot of kids don't have the understanding of not right now.
Right. They think not right now means no. And that's not what it means.
And with me, the financial institute that we're trying to show them is that you don't have to have everything that somebody else have. I won't say this, but King and Leia, even Anaya, they'll surprise you on what they want. They are not materialistic. I told King something yesterday. He said, "Sure, I'll wear them. I won't say it because I don't want y'all to blast me to my mom. Yeah, I've been not seeing what them on."
Say it.
No.
I'm gonna say it. So we was in Walmart yesterday because we stay in Walmart, and
no, we weren't in Walmart. We was having a discussion.
We also
was watching in Walmart. Oh, he seen them?
Yeah.
Oh, he did.
So
he did.
We was in Walmart. Hey, Mama Tammy, we was in Walmart, and okay, so what happened was
well first.
It started off with watching basketball, and Shaq is one of the commentators on right. Not TNT. What's the other?
It's TNT.
Oh, it is.
It's TNT. Yeah.
So Shaq,
he's a commentator on TNT.
And they started talking about how much Shaq is worth. Either they talked about it.
I brought it up.
We looked it up.
I was telling King. Me and King was having a discussion on how much Shaq was worth and all the business he had. So I told King Shaq had shoes. He said, "For real?" And I said that was in Walmart. And he said, "Buy me a pair." And I was like, so y'all know.
But it'll be us. Right. Who'll be like Shaqs.
Yeah.
They would come get you some J's.
Yeah.
Not realizing these gonna wear some Shaqs and then have all that money, all that Jordan money in the savings account somewhere.
And Shaq said he put his shoes in there for a reason so people could buy. So when King said that, it didn't even surprise me. Anaya, the same thing. And she sees something that she likes, she not with that. Even Leia, my baby's still on. You know what I mean?
Like light up shoes.
Light up shoes. Loves some light up shoes. She gonna light you up. So Naisha has told me a lot when it comes to that. Because I'm like that too. If I ain't had as a child, I want my kids to have, but it's a lesson in it. Your kids don't have to have everything you didn't have. As long as they look good, they're presentable, like your mama said. You're gonna look out this house, you're gonna walk out this house looking like somebody, not like everybody or somebody else's child, then you good. So that was a valuable lesson that I learned from him. Like, it's cool. So you know what I mean? But I ain't wearing no Shaqs.
See? So, but King will wear them loud and proud. And he ain't gonna care what nobody got to say about him either. He gonna wear him. Now, Deja, on the other hand, he told you about that dunk story with Deja. Deja wore them shoes one time, and we found them months later in the back of her closet.
Yeah, and I'm kind of mad at her about that because Naisha told me. So with me, I never knew about these other shoe stores. All I knew was because y'all know I've been going a long time, Foot Locker, Foot Action, Journey, stores like this. So I never know about the Famous Footwears and the DSWs. So she put me on Famous Footwear. I was like, oh, that's cool too. They got everything in there that I buy. Nikes, Vans, and my Timberlands.
Yeah.
So, you know what I mean? It's just certain things where you could I'm even sharing this financial stuff with the guys at my job. They were like, "You wear Vans?" I'm like, "Yeah, I wear Vans. I got plenty of Vans. I will wear them Vans. I love them Vans. Skinny jeans and some Vans. That's me." Yes, sir. But it just goes to show you that your mindset and when you think about your money, you know what I mean? You start calculating things different. It's all about having financial stability, and that's what we learned, and that's what we come to share with y'all tonight. So the last topic we was getting to before we close, I know a lot of y'all, the 8 people that's on here,
Thank y'all.
Thank y'all. We're going to talk about life insurance, and I will turn it over to the hands of the one and only Mrs. Knight Sheree.
So, life insurance, the one thing people do not like talking about. And I get it. I absolutely get it. A lot of people, us, don't like talking about life insurance because we automatically think people trying to put us in the ground to capitalize. And that is not what life insurance is about. It is not, I'm going to say it again. Life insurance is not about that. Life insurance is to, for example, God forbid, please don't take my husband away from me. But if something were to happen to him, everything that we already are taking care of, that he contributes to, once he's gone, that stops. So the life insurance is to cover what he can no longer provide. If something happens to me, God forbid, I'm not ready to go. If something happens to me, what I bring to the table will be covered by life insurance. It will help him maintain what we have. It'll help him continue to take care of the kids on top of what he brings in financially. That is what life insurance is about. In this household, I will refuse. If God decides to call me before he takes my husband, I refuse to allow my children or my husband to not have a home over their head anymore, because I didn't take the necessary steps to make sure they are good, to make sure this house will be maintained, to make sure our vehicles will be maintained, to make sure the bills will be maintained.
Make sure a funeral is covered.
And make sure Lord Jesus. It also, and I can speak to this because I've been through it, literally. Right. People don't know that when you're sitting down with the funeral home, they go over everything that you want. I need to scoop this baby so I can see. Then they go over everything that you want. They tell you how much everything is. And based on everything that you want, they tell you how much it is. They're going to ask you, do you have a life insurance policy in place? If your answer is yes, they are going to charge you. They're going to send that information over. They're going to ask you for your life insurance company's information. They're going to send all of that information over to your life insurance company. Then your life insurance company is going to cover. The funeral home is going to get their money first. That's what life insurance is for, is to cover the funeral expenses. And they're going to take their share out, and you don't have to worry about nothing else. This is for those of you who refusing to get life insurance because you so worried about somebody getting money off your name, and you rather leave your people struggling, coming up with these barbecue dinners and these chicken dinners, trying to raise money in these GoFundMes. And it may seem like I'm getting irritated because I am, because I get tired of seeing scrolling. We trying to do a fish dinner. We trying to do a GoFundMe. For what? When you could have easily got life insurance. Now, I'm not talking about the people who have these pre-existing situations to where you get denied by life insurance. We're not talking about that. We're talking about you young people and some of you old people. I should have said the word seasoned. And some of you seasoned folks who are refusing to get life insurance because you think somebody trying to put you in the ground.
Right.
That's not what it's about.
And you know what's crazy? I'm going to share something with y'all about that. People don't know that.
It's very necessary, because Lord, I was about to cuss, and Lord knows I'm trying to work on that. But my husband and my children will not be conducting no GoFundMes and no chicken dinners. Mama, if you see anybody trying to sit up here and go for some, created a GoFundMe for Naisha Marie Ray, Taylor Ray, you better handle that.
Anyway,
Ain't no anyway.
no,
It
I was about
is
to.
precautionary measures.
Why is it precautionary measures? Why should it?
Precautionary measures is just if God people are dying left and right. It's not a choice. It's something that's going to happen. If God takes one of us, as soon as we in the middle of this live, you know everything at, you know who to call. There it is. It's precautionary measures because it's going to happen. So prepare now. That's why we go back to the comment where Miranda said about a living will. Get your wills in order as well, because you're gonna have people. I'm gonna just read what she said. It says, have a will in place, have a in case of death binder with all accounts, passwords, etc. Prepay for your funeral to avoid financial stress. This is what you can do beforehand. If you so caught up and don't want to get life insurance, here's an example of something you can do. Prepay for your funeral to avoid financial stress and fighting amongst family when emotions are high. I've been paying on my dad's and myself funeral services monthly. Invest in a mutual funds and Roth IRA for retirement. That's something else people can do. See, if she wouldn't have shared that, a lot of people wouldn't have known. It didn't even click to me that I could have been paying if I didn't, because I got life insurance. But if I didn't have that, it didn't even register that night. You can, people don't know this type of stuff. I'm going back down, y'all. Hold on. Sometimes that insurance company takes forever to pay you out, and that funeral home won't wait. That's true. Well, that didn't happen in my situation, but and then she said, agreed. And Navy Federal and USAA have great life insurance offers year round. They send them in the mail all the time, and both he and I need to go ahead and sign up because we both have Navy Federal. He got his own, like we said, he got his own account. I got my own account, so we both need to sign up for that as well. On top of what we already have. And he said it's necessary. It's very, very necessary. And it's one of these conversations. Finances is one thing people don't like to talk about, but life insurance stands out on its own and nobody likes to talk about.
Yep.
Miranda said, my $500,000 life insurance policy is $23 a month. That $23 is not even half my gas tank.
For real. So
I'm not capping. What I'm saying is she paying $23 a month for a $500,000 life insurance policy. My gas is $50 to fill up.
Mine's $43 to fill up.
And which means if she paying that, I can pay that too.
Right, a month.
If she's paying that, everybody can pay that. That $23 is what you spending to go to Popeye somewhere.
Don't do Popeye.
For 1.5 meals, because one meal by itself is expensive. $12. So you can take that $23 a month that you taking that $23 spending every day to go out to eat. And he said, you don't want to be a burden to the ones you love. That's pretty much what it is. And he said, yes, Roth is important. Also, if your kids trade, Fidelity have you trading accounts. Also give them, we need to listen. Right. Today. Also give the child a 50 to start. I'm gonna go back through these comments when we end this live so I can write these notes down.
Miranda has some more information for y'all.
Call Gabriel Garza 281-656-8340 with Farmers Insurance for mutual funds and Roth IRA investments.
Gotcha. Appreciate
y'all some more information. I need that policy. Yes, ma'am.
That is right there, mama. She's talking about.
Y'all scroll through these comments if you need some answers.
Right. What's the name of that company? There you go.
Mutual funds. Farmers Insurance.
No,
that's what it's called.
Xander's Insurance.
Oh, okay. This is the website, www.xanderins.com. I'm glad we talked about finances tonight.
Right.
Anything else you want to say about life insurance? I
always had a problem with it. I did. Coming up for me with life insurance, my mama used to always say, and I'm not just saying this to be saying, she's always saying, Greg, I got insurance on your butt. And I used to be like, what? I'm like, man, because coming up how I come up and you been in them streets, you like, man, you wishing dead on me or something. You know what I mean? So now when my wife told me I was, nope, you ain't getting no insurance on me. Nope, I ain't going nowhere. But as I come to think about
It's
it and
immature
realize
thinking.
it was immature thinking. Because when your mindset is stuck on how you came up and you think about it, and I'm gonna say this, I want to share something with y'all when you say when I use the word come up. I seen this because I do a lot of research before I come to something with y'all. My homegirl always say this boy always got facts. I looked up this famous family, and the first thing it popped up when I put in there about life insurance, that's how their family came up. Their family came up, they became wealthy off life insurance. Meaning somebody in their family died, back to back, they had $1 million in policies, and they came up. I got it right here. The secret policy the rich use, life insurance to build wealth. And I ain't gonna tell you their name, but that's how, either one or two things gonna happen. You're gonna pay bills, get yourself, pay for the funeral, because funerals are expensive. I know how much a casket costs.
Even to get somebody cremated
is expensive.
That ain't cheap either.
So, you know what I mean? I'm not immature about it. When I told my wife, get it. Whatever you gonna get it. You know what I mean? $1 million, whatever, it don't even matter to me. Even when it comes to my parents, I'm like, you just scared to have certain conversations with them when they come in, like, because they parents even think, oh, you trying to put me in the grave. No, it's just like, my mom got 4 boys. I always say this. People say you shouldn't say this. I believe that women are way more stronger than men when it comes to certain things financially. I ain't gonna know what to do with something that happened to my parents today or tomorrow. I'm just being honest. I'm not. I'm just trying to lean on her. And at the same time, we need to be like Miranda said, she had already put it in place for her dad. He's an older guy. Over the years, as you get smarter. So you have some parent that be like, get it. You could be all right, and don't be having no GoFund for me or be having no banners up there and all that. Tomorrow, you know what I mean? People want to go. I live in style. I want to go away in style. You know what I mean? And y'all know how that go. But these are conversations that y'all need to be having with y'all loved ones, man.
Yep.
Mothers, sisters, fathers, brothers, cousins, children, or whatever. You know what I mean? Because every day you see somebody, I had to do a GoFundMe because I ain't had no insurance on it. You know what I mean? I see one of my friends that I grew up with, they sell insurance, and she stays saying, I'm like, that's sad. Mm-hmm. Especially down there where I'm at. They stay having to go fund me or a fish fry or something like that because somebody don't got no insurance on it. Because people always think about you just trying to come up off of me, but really trying to pay for the expense to bury you, man. Have you
exactly?
You know what I mean? Send
and
you
then
away.
I'm sorry, baby. A lot of people don't even realize. I'm gonna use me and my mama for example. If my mama has 4 children. I'm the oldest. If something happens to my mama, God forbid, and she does not have something in place, it's gonna be me, my brother, and my other 2 sisters trying to come together and figure out how we gonna take care of these. Same thing with my daddy. That's if they don't already have something in place. And I refuse to be sitting up having conversations about who gonna do this and who gonna do that. And I'm not, mama. I hope you still on here. And I'm about to text daddy. I am not participating in GoFundMe's, fish fries, or none of that. If God decides to call y'all home, whenever if he call y'all home, before he call me home, I'm not participating in it. I'm not. There
Miranda said, that's a good one right there. Somebody didn't even know. She said, I prepaid for my dad's funeral because he has cancer, smokes, drinks, etc. It's too late for him to receive a life insurance policy. I called the funeral home and bought the service myself.
And that's what I said. I'm not talking about the ones who have pre-existing situations, because a lot of insurance companies won't approve that. Approve situations like that. This is mainly for those who are in great health,
and need to get on the ball. Yeah, that's what it be though. Especially you ain't paying for the money. if your children or your brother, your sister saying, "Hey, let me get this and I'll pay for it," you ain't spending $23 a month for $500,000. You gonna go away and style. So why you worrying about it? So that's what a lot of people be worrying about too. How much you got? What does
And
it
then that's
matter?
another thing. People not even going. And that's what bothers me about us, man. That bothers me because that when somebody passed away, that's when everything comes
The
out.
extra.
Y'all fighting over financial issue, whatever y'all fighting on concerning money,
Mhm.
and y'all not even gonna be the ones to get it.
Mhm.
Like
It's
that's
been at the
crazy.
club. It's been more than that at the club.
But yeah, so with life insurance, get y'all some life insurance, or if you are not able to get it for health reasons that you've already been having, and the life insurance company don't want to take on their responsibility, do what Miranda said. Call up the funeral home yourself. Either go in person. They'll give you out a printout of everything that you want to have, and they'll tally up the total and tell you what you can make monthly payments on. Even for my children and I, we all of our plots are already being paid on. Been paying on for almost 4 years now. So there's ways around life insurance, but for those of you, I feel like the ways around life insurance is for those who have pre-existing conditions.
Right.
Those of you who do not have none, you're behind, need to go and sign up for life insurance.
Right.
And even with these bank accounts, like Miranda said earlier, with bank accounts, you have to, if you're married, because we're talking about finances and marriage, you have to have a beneficiary. We know we talked about not having joint bank accounts. Even though we don't have joint bank accounts, you still need to have your spouse on your account as a beneficiary.
Yep.
You still need to have your spouse on your account as someone who can talk to the representative as an authorized user. You still need to have that. The only thing with an authorized user is I think you can't remove them once you add them on. But as long as you have them as a beneficiary, if God decides to call you home before them, they won't have to worry about fighting tooth and nail or going all the way downtown just to get all this paperwork and then take it back to the bank and
Yep.
Take care of that stuff.
That's right.
Now, Ram said, better to have it and not need it yet than to need it and not have it. Be ready to keep from getting ready. And that's pretty much what it's about.
Yes, sir.
It said, I need to sign back up. I need that 23 a month. And then Miranda said, the funeral home told me if the cremation cost $65,000, not $65,000, $6,500 in 2023 and increased by the time of death, they cut you a check for the difference. That's crazy.
Good to know.
And even with cremation, we can talk about that a little bit because I was always one that was like, don't cremate me because cremate me don't seem like I'm going to hell. I ain't even gonna know if I'm getting cremated or not. But even with cremation, I feel like a lot of people are now leaning towards that way because that keeps a lot of confusion, a lot of unnecessary bickering, a lot of unnecessary whatever down when you don't have got to put somebody in the actual ground. I think my prayer is that nobody goes through what I had to go through.
Right.
And not just the incident itself. I'm talking about with those around the situation. Family members who ain't got no say. That's what I'm talking about. I pray nobody has to experience what I had to experience. And no, I'm not taking it back.
Well, on that note, we covered all basics on financial stability within the marriage and in family, where we talked about credit, joint bank accounts.
Say that's if it's prepaid and paid off. If you're still making payments on the services and the person passes, you won't have to pay another penny.
Right.
I didn't know that. Yes, it is cheaper than a funeral. I think I got to think about this. Do I want to be cremated?
Ashes to ashes, dust to dust.
I'm gonna get a will because he gonna try to play me.
Girl,
Yes. Have y'all ever thought about that? We can lighten the mood a little bit. Have y'all ever thought about that? Being cremated is almost like going to hell.
the Bible says you come from the dust, you're going back to the dust.
But I think I want to take a long time to go back to being dust. Even when you
Looking like the crypt keeper. And when it casket, then be cremated.
well, that's how cremation is. If you
No,
decide to have a
she's-
viewing first.
Right.
Like one of my brothers from the motorcycle club, he had, if I'm not mistaken, I think they did. We had to go to the actual funeral home and view his body. They had the service there. And after the service, everybody, those who lingered around, because me and Misha was one of the ones that lingered around. We said our last goodbyes. We made jokes. We was doing what we did. Not in a bad way, because that's who me and Misha with our brother that passed away. That's the relationship the three of us had, joking all the time. And once, because I said we was one of the last ones there, they wheeled him to the back to be cremated.
All right.
So
with that being said,
Miranda said, nope, cremate me and put a cute pic up. I don't want that. I gotta think about that. Yeah, we're gonna get a wig because I'm still joking right now. We got time. We got a little time. Because never mind. No, it wasn't on the spot. It was everybody was pretty much all gone. His mom and the family stayed, but everybody else was gone. It was just me and Misha and a few of the people that stayed there with the family, and they what? And they wheeled him to the back. Oh my god. What she said? It says, I plan my funeral so I can pick my files, write my obituary, pick my music. I don't need nobody arguing about what they think I like. I already got people in place. No, it wasn't soon afterwards, Mama. Since we talking, we got Brits on the makeup. My hair is gonna already be done. So I want lashes with a red cute lip. Gotta have the popping lips. I think I want to go. Don't put no dress on me, Mama, and you. Don't put no dress on me, and don't put no suit on me.
Put a hat on you.
Don't put a hat on me either, unless it's my cheetah print hat.
I'm keeping that.
If anything, put me on a nice little top and some jeans
and some Jordans.
I don't want no Jordans. I'll do that. I'm gonna put you. You want to be naked? No. What about you? We're just trying to make light of the situation, y'all. We know it's a serious situation, but y'all know we always start having fun and we end it having fun, and in the middle is seriousness. But yeah, y'all, we just wanted to shed light on what our views and opinions on finances in marriage, and we just wanted to cover making sure you talk about this before you get married, have that understanding before you get married. We also wanted to talk a little bit about credit, bank accounts. Again, make sure you have if you don't have a joint account, make sure you have your spouse as the beneficiary of your account so they won't have to struggle with that. And then we talked about life insurance. We also talked about children and finances. And then we talked about life insurance, just making sure y'all straight. That's pretty much what we talked about, y'all. Good night, y'all. Good night, y'all. Love y'all. We got to meet up soon, but woohoo. You know, it's the summertime, y'all.
Tell my brother I love him, man, when he called.
Thank you all again. Really enjoyed this dialogue. Thank you. Thank y'all for tuning in. Portia, we just talked about finances tonight. I see you. Oh, is it what you missed? We just talked about finances within marriage and the do's and some of the don'ts from how we feel about it. Everybody don't think like us. We just wanted to shed some light on what we think can work. See, let me show y'all. See me with the red lip and lash? That's how I want to go out. And a bun. That's my hair need to be in a bun, okay? I don't want no bob. I want a bun with the middle split and some baby hair going off to the side, curled up with my eyelashes and my red lip. That's what I want to be looking like.
Well, guys, I want to thank y'all for tuning in tonight to another great episode of I Choose You podcast, the Help Me Experience, where we help y'all, help us, help somebody else.
I just told him we got a couple of announcements.
Oh,
I want a knowledge with a hit of blonde. Exactly.
oh my goodness.
You gotta be cute, girl. But I want just a quick announcement. So y'all already know with girl, yes, well, girl, you are somebody special. I love this slogan I created. With. Anyway, so y'all know season 1 of the podcast is over, but we are doing the 30-day self-care challenge. Today was choose 2 things that you want to do or achieve for the next 30 days. Yeah, 2 goals that you want to achieve for the next 30 days. Mine is staying focused and being consistent. That is with the 30-day self-care challenge with girl, yes, well, girl, you are somebody special.
Y'all need to go follow me on Instagram because I remake all her girl yes moments. And a lot of people has commented. So I see you, Mr. Ray, #1 cheerleader.
Mama said, please stop explaining. I can't take it right now. I'm talking about how I want to look for them when I pass away.
Me neither, Mom. You see I keep turning my nose up.
Listen, y'all got to get it through y'all head. God is going to call
us home. Right now.
And I'm saying publicly on live, if y'all pop up at my funeral and I don't have that bun or my red popping lip and my eyelashes, we're going to have a problem.
Okay. Ridley, Jeremiah, and we're going to have you with some jeans on, a nice blouse, and some sandals. Some slides. Anyway.
I want to be sitting up in the chair like them
people. No. Thank y'all for tuning in tonight. Because I won't
sit me up. Don't lay me down.
Thank y'all for tuning in tonight for another great episode of Help Me Experience on I Choose You podcast. And we're signing off for the night. We love y'all and we thank y'all. See y'all next week, next Thursday, same time, same channel.
Thank you. She said, what's your dentist information? Y'all teeth so nice. Cheese.
Mr. Ray, what's your dentist information? Y'all teeth look so nice. And these ain't veneers, girl. These real. Because I know you can't. Thank you. I ain't never heard that. People always say I have nice teeth, but she come out of nowhere with that one. Mr. Ray, what's your dentist information? Y'all teeth look so nice. God. Sorry. She thought I'm sorry. That's crazy. I ain't never heard that one. She said, yeah.
Oh my God.
Who is that? Portia Mason.
This ain't their daughter.
Oh, okay. All right.
A little cousin.
Oh, the little cousin.
Yeah. Yes. Oh my God. He told me ain't there, bro. Yes.
That's the one I met.
No, you haven't met her yet.
She know me.
Yes.
That's the one I had to party with your mom.
Oh my God, Jesus Christ. So we love y'all. And until next time, we're going to see y'all next Thursday.
She laughing now.
Can you hear him what he's saying?
She can't hear me.
Oh my God.
Oh, I know where Deborah is now.
Who?
That's the one you was in the parking lot.
Yes.
Okay, I know she is now.
Oh my God. Anyway. Portia, tell my Aunt Deborah that he said hey, because he's trying to figure out who she is.
I know who she is now.
He know now, but tell her he said hey. Anyway, thank y'all for tuning in. Y'all know we love having fun with y'all. Again, tune in next Thursday, 9 a.m. 9 a.m. Lord, 9 p.m. because 9 a.m. gonna be in bed. And yeah, we're gonna have a nice topic for y'all next week as well.
As always.
Yeah. So we'll talk to y'all next time.
Share this up and down y'all social media platforms and invite somebody next week. That's my challenge for y'all. invite somebody.
Peace.